What's going on YouTube? Devin here. It's been a while since I actually uploaded my last video. So I'm back at it again. Gonna update you guys on what's going on with me, the markets, my accounts, everything that's been going on since the last time I really uploaded. So I think the first important thing that I want to address here is that I switched brokerage firms. So I no longer am using Etrade. I actually switched to a firm called Tastyworks due to their low commission fees. And after switching, I never, ever again want to go back to Etrade. Tastyworks is just light years ahead of quality than Etrade is. So I'm really happy with that switch. I think for Etrade, for like one option trade with only one contract, the total commission for getting in and out was about like $15.44, which is absurd for today's day and age, especially when you have firms like Robinhood that don't charge anything, and now up and coming firms like Tastyworks that only charge like $120 per trade. So say goodbye to Etrade. No longer going to be using Etrade, so it feels really nice not being able to be so tied back to commissions. So I really do like that. If you guys want to learn more about Tastyworks, I'll put the link in the description so you can go and check them out. Really awesome platform. It's for advanced traders, so if you're still learning the ropes of trading, then I would probably just stick with a firm like Robinhood, as it's very simplified and they don't overcomplicate things. So basically just the overall market, we've been kind of chopping around for the last week or two, and it's been really difficult to trade. We've had a lot of gaps. We've had a lot of sideways moving. We had a lot of indecision candles. Right now we're stuck between the 10 EMA and then the 100 and the 200. So it has been really choppy. And I did end up making two trades today, which I'll go over. The first one was actually on the SPY itself. So if we switch over to the 5-minute, I'll replay what that trade looked like. So pretty much what was going on here is that we had some nice pre-market support and resistance at around 283.40. So we came out of the gates really strong. A lot of buying pressure. Ended up going up to 284.15 about at the high, roughly, give or take. So what I was expecting, I thought we were going to do something like this. Break through the resistance, pull back, and then retest and then bounce higher. But for some reason, that just did not happen. The buyers dried up really quick, and everybody who bought up at these highs up here just got left to dry out. So what I was looking for was a bounce off of 283.40. So if we go forward a little bit, we actually broke below that resistance line and closed below it. So very bearish. I was looking for a move lower at this point. So if we got something like this, so now instead of having the bounce off of that, I was going to look for the fade. So I was looking for something like this, where we kind of curl up and then we close down somewhere around there. And ultimately my target for this was at about 282.50, which was another pretty pre-market low. So that was the ultimate target on that. So if we move forward, as you see, we got a really bearish candle here. We tried to get above that level, but we just couldn't do it. We faded down lower and then we closed. Nice shooting star candle right there. Pretty bearish. So what I was looking for now was a move below that candle and potentially a close below this candle right here at 283.20. So my entry on this trade was about right here at the, probably right there. That makes sense. So if we go to entry. So my entry was there. My stop was all the way back up here above these highs. So if we put that right there. So that's what the trade looked like. An entry right there at about 10.25 with a stop up above like 284.20. So if we continue to move along here, this next candle right there, boom, exactly what I wanted to see. It's a little messed up because TradingView doesn't have the best real-time data, but I like their charting a lot, so that's what I decided to use. So as you guys can see, we had a sort of pretty big gap down here on TradingView. I'm not sure if that was like that on Tastyworks charting platform or not, but we had a pretty big gap down. We ended up retesting that 283.40 before heading lower, and then the volume increased dramatically on that candle. So exactly what I wanted to see on this trade setup. And once I seen that candle come in, I was like, you know what? Let me just move my stop. So I moved my stop up to 283.20. I was like, I at least want to lock in something if this ends up reversing on me off of the 100 and 200 simple moving average and going higher. And so continuing to play this out, another gorgeous candle right there. And I was like, you know what? Really good trade. Move my stop up to 75. I was like, if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. Doesn't really matter too much. I'm up about an R. And if you guys don't know what an R is, it's just basically my risk unit. So my risk unit fluctuates between $40 and $60 depending on how I'm feeling for that day. And if I had a pretty solid day yesterday. So I was like, you know what? I'll just get out of this trade right here. Next candle come in. Pretty bullish candle. We tried to close above the 200 and the 100, but we didn't quite get there. So I ended up getting triggered out on this candle right here. And I ended up making like 0.5 Rs or something because of position slippage. And then as you guys can see here, we kind of went sideways for a little bit. Not really doing much. It did actually almost touch my target of 282.50, so that's pretty cool. But then we ended up bouncing up here before rolling over again. So as you guys can see here, another trade you could have taken was, if you didn't catch that original retest, you could have just done something like this, waited for that retest, and then took it lower. So that was my trade on the SPY. Pretty solid, I would say. I'm pretty happy about how that turned out. And then my second trade of the day, I actually decided to take on Facebook. So if we replay, don't know what just happened there, but if we replay Facebook from about right here is when I seen it catch on my radar. This sort of looked like a U-shape pattern, so we had a nice move up. We came back down. We were starting to form a U-shape. So that's what I thought we were going to do. I thought we were going to U-shape out of this pattern. I was looking for somewhere of a close above 183.80 at about this level right here. And then I was expecting for a move towards the high of day. So our next candle that came in, really nice strong candle. A close above the prior candle. We are now really high above the 10 EMA. So what my entry was, again, I wanted an order at 183.80. So I guess you can put that as my entry. I wanted to stop back at 183 just in case if we did close below these levels. I wanted to make sure that we weren't going to head back down lower to the 200 at 182.50. So the next candle that comes in, I got triggered in. The next candle comes in, very beautiful. We got the close above 183.80. So I was really looking forward to this trade. I thought it was going to work. I thought we were going to see a quick flash up to the high of day, or at least very close to it, maybe 184.5. Get a nice quick scalp out of it. And then the next trade that came in, or the next candle that came in actually, really changed my aspect on this trade. We moved higher. At the high of this candle, I was feeling really good because I thought for sure we were going to see a higher move. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Nice lower shadow, closed above the 10 EMA again, so there was still hope. The next candle came in, kind of started to lose everything that I had. So when I seen that candle come in, I made a really rookie mistake. I got spooked out, and I moved my stop up to 183.15 about, which is stupid because it's like the exact low over here. So there's really no wiggle room here. I don't really know what I was thinking when I moved that stop, especially because I'm still learning, and that is one of the things that hurts me the most when I trade, is getting too attached to my emotions. So a lot of the times I get stopped out on trades and it ends up reversing is because I just move my stop up too quick. I don't let the trade come down to my stop, which I know I have to do more of. So again, really unfortunate. The next candle that came in, I was just like accepting defeat at this point, and then I got stopped out on this candle right here. So kind of a bummer. And the thing that really sucks the most about this trade is not only that I ended up breaking my rule of not hiring my stop until I'm in the green, I ended up working out. So I broke a rule. I got punished for it. My trading expense for the day, lesson learned. That's one of the really harder things that I struggle with when I'm trading. So hopefully I can stop making those mistakes sooner or later. But I did not want to go red on the day. And if it ended up hitting my stop at 183, then I would have been red on the day by like $5. So again, really bittersweet because if I played it for you guys here, It ended up working. If I just kept my stop where it is, we would have hit my target of 184.40, 184.50. So again, something that I really need to work on is discipline. Not moving my stop up when I'm down on the trade, because that's just silly. If anything, I should have just seen this, like if this formed, would have been beautiful, would have just kept the stop right there, and the trade would have ended up working out. So unfortunately, I lost. I think I lost somewhere like $18 on this trade, which brings my overall profit on the day up to $6. So not too sad, not too happy, kind of mixed emotions on how I traded today, because this has worked out. And I can depict, yeah, see, so we are going towards high day. So it would have been a really solid trade, would have been very happy on that one. Looking back on it, if it was a U-shaped pattern that I was looking for, I should have waited for some form of retest like this and then looked for it to go higher. I would have been in the red for a little bit here, but I would have given my stop more wiggle room. So really, that's just my fault. But on the bright side of things, I like to look at things in a positive before I log off of trading for the day, because I don't want to be in a grumpy mood for the rest of the day. So if I was still using Etrade and I took 2 trades, 1 winner, 1 loser, with the exact profit that I had, that would have been about $30.88 in commission, which is astronomical. So adding that onto my daily winner of $6, I would have been down like 25 on the day. Pretty big fluctuation, up 6, down like 25. So really, Etrade, I think, is what was holding me back from my true potential for such a long time, because I was looking for such dramatic moves. Like if I take it back to the SPY, for example, on my entry right there at 283.30, I probably would have looked for a $1 move, and that just never came. So really, I think Tastytrades is a good platform for me to trade on, because I'm not going to be so tied to that commission structure. Before I moved over to Tasty, my account is about $3,000. And it ended up going as low as $2,655 with Etrade, but I have paid over $700 in commissions on Etrade, which means that my account would have roughly been up $400 if I was using a platform like Tastyworks to begin with. So what I did is I just moved my money over to Tastyworks. I supplemented the extra like $350 to get me back up to $3,000. And then I've actually started making monthly trading performances just so I can see what my patterns are like. I used to do text boxes. Like when I had Etrade open, I used to have text boxes, but I deleted everything. It got really sloppy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm hopefully going to do daily trade recaps to see how those work out. So if I need to, I can look back in time and analyze what went wrong, what went right. But overall, 540 on the day. This day back here was a little unfortunate because this is when my cash cleared with Tastyworks. So I just really wanted to trial and see how the platform worked. So what I did is basically just took a trade, a really poor performance trade that I probably shouldn't have taken in hindsight, but I was just so hyped to try to get a trade in that I took it. It took me a while to figure out how to get my stop in, and by the time I did that, I mean, I was already down like $20. So total, after moving to Tastyworks, I'm only down about $21.89, which again isn't too bad. One trade can really turn that around. And then I reset my win-loss ratio since moving to Tastyworks. Obviously my 1 win from today, and then 2 losses. So 33.33% win-loss ratio. I know I can improve that, but tomorrow's always a new day. See if I can capitalize on some better gains there. But overall, if you guys have any suggestions, any stocks you want me to review, I will be more than gladly to go over them. Just leave them in the comments below. And if you guys have any tips for me on how to potentially improve my trading so I would have captured this gain, I would love to hear any feedback that you guys have to offer for me. Because again, I'm no longer afraid of taking trades. I can take a trade. I've taken a trade for the past probably 2.5 weeks now. I've just been firing off trades left and right. But the only thing that still kind of messes with my psyche a little bit is something like this where I get stopped out and the trade reverses and goes higher. That's something that kind of sticks with me all day, and it kind of sucks a lot. And then the second one being is if I'm up on a trade and it ends up reversing. So say I was like up right here. So say I captured all of this right here, and then it just completely bounced higher. That's another thing that I kind of suffer with a lot in my trading. So again, if any of you guys have feedback on how to adjust on that and try to not live with it as emotionally as I am, I'd appreciate it. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think. But anyways, that's the end of me today. I hope you guys did enjoy this review. Hopefully you learned something out of it a little bit. Kind of just me rambling. There's been a lot going on in my life since the last time I made a video, so I just kind of wanted to update everybody and show everybody where I am as far as my trading life goes. And hopefully for the summer I will be trading full time. Very blessed to be in a position like that where I can say that I can trade full time. Hopefully make a little bit of money. Hopefully learn a lot more. So I'm excited. Anyways, if you guys liked what you heard today, please don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it, and it'd motivate me to push out more videos. Like the video if you learned something new. And again, comment with feedback, improvements, what I can do differently, how to get over those little subtle fears that I have. I'd greatly appreciate it. Anyways, until next time, I'll see you all later. Peace.